the heart in different directions.
To understand transesophageal echocardiography, you have to understand echocardiography, and that's not too hard.
It's a painless, risk-free test that uses high-energy sound waves and a computer to construct a picture of the heart as it moves.
If you've had an ultrasound to check the progress of a pregnancy or see if you have gallstones, you know that it works by using sound waves to peek at an organ. The echocardiogram takes similar pictures of the heart, but in some cases it's not so easy to see the heart, like if there is something in the way. One problem is present in everybody.
Air in the lungs creates a barrier between the transducer and the heart. Can't actually take the pictures from as many different angles as you would like to.
Transesophageal echocardiography avoids the barriers by going inside the body through the easiest route.
And the patient swallows the tube from this end that goes in through the mouth into the esophagus and runs behind the heart.
Immediately, the ultrasound can take motion pictures of the heart. The tube can actually direct the ultrasound where the doctor wants.
From there, we can position it by either advancing it or withdrawing it, or by manipulating the probe. You can see that it turns front and back and can also turn to the left or to the right.
As the scope moves, the heart can be seen from any level. Even the blood, shown here in color, can be followed as it flows.
RPA wants 10-10. No problem. We're going to give you some oxygen, and we're going to get our stretcher, and we're going to put you on a stretcher and carry you out the door. How's that? What we're going to do is we're going to pick you up on the arms and legs, and we're going to move you over to our stretcher, okay? There you go, Harry. You're not going to fall.
This could be the most critical time in this man's life. He began suffering chest pain a half hour ago and called the paramedics.
On three. 1, 2, 3.
As he is being rushed to the hospital, every attempt is being made to get oxygen to his heart.
How you feeling right now, sir? Is that oxygen helping any?
Without oxygen, the heart can die. And without his heart, this man will surely die. Pain in the center of the chest is the most characteristic sign of a heart attack, and it can move down the arms or up to the neck. A person can become short of breath or sweaty. Some people get sick in the stomach.
Mine was like...
Meet Dr. Robert Katz, a cardiologist who had a heart attack.
Starts out gradually. It doesn't hit you suddenly. And it was after dinner. It was like an indigestion, I thought. And then it started to squeeze and burn and ache, and got into my throat and jaws and down my arms. And at that point, after the Maalox didn't help, I knew what it was. And that was the heart attack.
The heart is given its oxygen through the coronary arteries. Sometimes these vessels can become blocked, clogged with cholesterol and fatty debris. The blood vessel is rarely totally blocked, but it can become so narrow that a small clot-like substance called a thrombus is all it takes to close it off.
This acute lack of oxygen then sets off a series of events in the heart muscle, which can lead to a death of the heart muscle and can lead to malfunction of the electrical system, which, if the electrical system fails, can lead to a sudden cardiac arrest or patient's sudden demise.
When the electrical system of the heart goes haywire, the heart stops beating in a rhythmical fashion and actually begins to move like a bag of worms.
3, 4, 5.
CPR is needed to get the heart back to a regular beat. Paramedics carry this equipment at all times. They never know when it will be needed. They didn't need it this trip, and the patient is now ready for the newest forms of treatment, drugs designed to restore the flow of blood by dissolving clots. Two drugs, streptokinase and TPA, have revolutionized treatment. Both are effective, but there is a major controversy over cost.
One drug costs about $200, and the other drug costs in excess of $2,000. So that if we can use the cheaper drug, which is just as effective as the more expensive drug, and if these drugs get to the clot and unclot the vessel, permitting a better blood flow through that vessel to the heart muscle, and then what we can do is prevent complications of a heart attack.
The key is to save the heart from permanent damage. But some heart attacks are silent. That means they give no warning. They are actually detected by lab tests, like the EKG.
I guess the most important thing is that our electrocardiogram had changed significantly. Didn't look the same as the one we had in the office only about 2 months ago.
In these cases, the damage is usually small, and it may be too late for drugs that dissolve clots. Often, it is a change of lifestyle that is needed to help prevent further damage to the coronary arteries and the heart. A good diet and regular exercise are critical.
Don't smoke.
Don't smoke cigarettes.
Probably the biggest thing I'd suggest would be that they avoid smoking.
No smoking.
It's the avoidance of smoking.
So we're talking about things like avoiding smoking,